Hi, welcome back to the channel. Now, today we are going to be going through the top 10 most common ways people fail their driving test. Let me show you. So, number 10, road markings or response to signals. Now, I've actually had a fail for this exact scenario and I'm going to talk you through it now. We've got a typical box junction when you're turning right. Now, you're coming up the road in the right-hand lane, the light is green, you have every right to move forward, which is fine. You wait in the box until it is clear. You could have loads of cars coming down the road like this. You must wait before you turn right. So, when the light goes off green and it goes to amber and potentially red on its own, you must not wait in the middle. Waiting here is a major driving fault. You must clear the exit. As long as no one is braking, the red light comes from this way. Number 9, the reverse parallel park and control. So you start your maneuver nice and safely, you pull up alongside the car. Doing your observations correctly, or bearing that in mind, you could fail your test if you're coming backwards, you go a little bit too fast and mount the curb. It's as simple as that, you're going to fail your driving test. If this happens, more than likely you either just had one moment, one shockingly bad moment where you just got a little bit nervous and lost control of the car, or maybe you need a little bit more practice on that clutch control of yours. In at number 8 is road positioning and normal driving. The most obvious one is quite simple. If you drive across the centre line and start driving too close to the other cars coming towards you. Or, the way you can also fail your test, remember, is if you are making the same mistake too many times. So if you're driving slightly too close to the centre line all the time throughout your test, you could have loads of minors, which means it would accumulate to a major driving fault. On the driving test, the examiner will have a box, and next to it, it will say something on the lines of positioning, normal driving, and they make a mark, or on the new iPads they have now, they make a touch, and too many touches on the iPad will say, right, in an accumulation of minor driving faults, you failed your test. Job done, see you later, back to testing now. In at number 7 is response to signals and traffic lights. Just as a pure example, a stop sign. When you come to a stop sign, you get a solid white line at the end of the junction, which does simulate you must stop. You might also get a hexagon style, that's not a very good stop sign, but it'll be good enough for now, like that. So remember, as you come to the stop line, you must be behind the stop line. The moment you start creeping out, that's going to be a major driving fault in your test. So even if you come to the junction, you come out a little bit and they have to swerve around you a little bit and no one crashes, fair enough, it's still a fail. So something as simple like going over a line. Job done. Number 6, moving off under control. So here comes Pelsey, look, in the right-hand lane, we'll say we're in the right-hand lane, we're turning right at the roundabout, taking the third exit. Come in and you might have to stop for whatever reason for a car coming round the roundabout. Once the cars come around the roundabout, there could be enough time for you to go in between the two cars. So you try to pull away under control. You slip that clutch up just that little bit too quick, boom, and you stall right in the middle of the roundabout. As the blue car comes round, you've made the blue car stop or, well, crash, but you've made the car slow down or change direction. That is a major driving test. So pulling away under control. Number 5, turning right at a junction. Here we go. Very easy, once again. Driving can be so easy, isn't that funny? But very simple to fail your driving test. Coming down the road, turning right, there's nobody there, there's nobody in front, no one at the junction, no one behind you really, it's completely clear. And what do? You completely cut the corner into the wrong side of the road. There's no one there. Doesn't matter. You're still going to fail your test. Do not cut corners, very important. If I just do a little bit of a shaded area, this is the part you shouldn't be driving in. This is the right-hand side of the road. Do not go into that side. Stay on the left side of the road, don't cut in the corner, not steering too early, and bring it round into your side of the road. Everything's good. Jobs are good. Number 4, moving off safely. Now this one's a little bit different, but very, very This is very, very popular. Box standard road. There's Pels again, about to move away safely. However, what you must do is do your 5-point check. A lot of people teach this differently, but I do the 5-point check. You must check your left blind spot, then you must check your left mirror, your centre mirror, your right mirror, and finish with a right blind spot check. As you're doing your left blind spot, make sure you twist your body, you're looking over here. Imagine I'm sitting in the car, there's your left blind spot. Then you sit in the car, you go through your mirrors, then you finish with your right blind spot. As long as it's safe, you can move on. But if you don't do those blind spot checks, you will fail your test, unfortunately. We're now on to number 3, which is steering and control. Junction, T-junction, normal junction. Turning right. Okay, now when you're steering right, you must stay in the correct side of the road. So as you come out of the junction, you go into the correct side. If you oversteer a little bit too much, like this, and go into the wrong side, and there could be someone coming, then you get back to your side, that's what we call oversteering and loss of control in steering at the same time, which is a major driving fault of the test. For this particular example, my best advice to you is, when you're coming out of the junction, make sure you keep the speed under control. 9 times out of 10, the reason why people oversteer is they're going too quick when they're coming out. So keep your speed down and you'll be fine. In at number 2, we have use of mirrors and changing directions. I've got a lovely example for this one. Changing lanes, very simple. You could have a 2-lane road like so. 2 lanes going one way, 2 lanes oncoming going the other way. So, for example, the major driving fault would be, even if no one's around in the right-hand lane, you don't check your right mirror and you change lanes without checking the mirrors. Or signalling even. Sometimes you might get away with no signal, but the mirror check is vitally important that you do. So, if there is someone, for example, behind you on the right-hand side, in your right blind spot and in your right mirror, you must check this mirror here just before you go across. So you check your mirror, then you go across as long as it's safe to do so. If it's too close, you shouldn't go, which hence the reason why you would keep driving and maybe let the car go in front. So let the car go in front and then come in behind the car. Worst case scenario is, if you don't check your mirrors and you drift across into the other lane without checking, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to check, there's a car there, you slide into this car here and then that's a bit dramatic. The reason why the mirror signal maneuver technique is so important, so you do it in that order and it keeps everybody safe. You know, if you're changing lanes, you don't check your mirrors and you don't signal, you're skipping 2 things essentially, so that's where it becomes a major problem. So remember, mirror, signal, maneuver. Check your mirrors, signal the way you're going, and maneuver safely. And in at number 1, the most common reason why everybody fails their test in the UK, the most obvious one, of course, is observations at junctions. We're talking roundabouts, junctions, crossroads, the whole shebang, the whole lot. So your typical crossroads, you've got to worry about this way, and this way. When you are coming out of the junctions, here comes Pels again. You're going straight ahead. You've looked left, there's no one coming. You look right, there's no one coming. You're looking straight. Guess what? There's no one coming. And you look back to the left, and as you start going out forwards, oh my God, where did Mr. Boy Racer come from? Oh no, I didn't see that car from the right. The examiner will stop you and he'll foul you for using the brake. The examiner must not touch any of the controls in the car while you're on your test. For example, if they have to touch the clutch, the brake, the handbrake, the gear stick, the steering wheel, if they have to help you in any way, you are failing your test. Sorry. So there you have it. They are the top 10 common reasons why people fail their test in the UK. Now, that was just a glimpse of what could happen on your driving test or in general out there in the real world. So I hope you liked the video, subscribe to the channel, give it a like if you could, and I'll see you soon. Making sure that when you come out the junction, it looks something like this. But don't crash it in.
And driving off a cliff.